All right. Money day, money day.
I love Monday.com.
What's Monday.com?
You don't know Monday.com? This is Monday.com.
This hourly candle is quite big. Oof. 60 something pips. I mean, look, in any case, we can get a 1 to 2 R at least. Right? Gold is very heavy right now, man. Gold is very, very heavy right now. Yes, Mark, how you doing, my bro? That gold drop was crazy. That gold pump and drop was crazy. Like, insane. This tariff wars and all this needs to, eventually cool off because I'm getting sick of it, to be honest. I'm gonna look for some buys this afternoon. Gonna see if we can at least catch something there. I don't think buys are impossible. Money day gift. I think we can get a buy from here, man. I think we can. Mark says, I'm okay, thank you, bro. Hit another stumbling block with trading, so trying to motivate myself to keep going. Yeah, man. That does happen, Sometimes you do just need a break. Sometimes you also have to understand that market conditions are not best for yourself or your strategy that you're using. Another reason could also be if you don't actually have a trading plan, right? Because if you don't have a trading plan and you see that your trades are not working, you're not going to be able to understand where you're going wrong. You know, for example, this morning took some shorts, went into profit, came back up, held the position, hit stop, entered again from higher, went into profit, took the trade. That's me done, break even. And then we had this mad push up. It was like, oof, okay. You know, I really didn't expect that push up. But then again, you learn like with the main man in office, you need to expect anything at this point. You know, EU does look like a buy from the half hour. It's already moving anyways. Um, yeah, stock market is gonna tank, man. Yeah, it's looking heavy, man. Bitcoin's probably dropping as well. Yep, huge drop on Bitcoin. I say huge, but it's not, you know, monumental, but it's still a big move down on Bitcoin. Do want to buy gold, man, but that stop is a bit too big, you know. Let me take a little buy on this account here. Okay.
With so many choices on booking.com, there are so
Money
many
Day
choices
Joe,
to
Money
see.
Day Junior, what's happening, my brothers?
Or cold mom Tina at the chalet. It's gonna be a nope to the slopes. Booking.com, yeah.
Mark says, I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Been learning nearly for a year and honestly don't feel like I've progressed. Where are you learning, bro? I know you use trend lines and stuff like that. I don't that's not bad. But where are you learning from someone specifically, or what are you doing? Are you using YouTube or like I don't know. What are you using exactly? Mark says YouTube mostly. I don't have funds to get into one-to-one training or anything. Okay, I got you. I mean, I think I've tried to take in too much information. Now I'm just confusing myself. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing though, you know, like if you do want to learn trading fully, right, I would always tell you to find or learn from someone, because at the end of the day, how I always see it is there's a reason why the free stuff on YouTube is free. You know, if it takes someone effort to put videos out, right? You've got to understand that there has to be a what's the word, like a turnover, right? Like, for example, there's ways that I'll enter the market and you guys will ask me questions, but I don't have a YouTube video up on it, because it's like, what's the point of having it up on YouTube? It's like you guys have to connect with me somehow, whether that's joining the Discord or, and I'm not just saying you, I'm just saying in general, right? People have to join the Discord or the Telegram, where it's like, okay, rather than me grabbing your attention for one day or for one video, sorry, like I've got your attention more longer term. Because if I even check my stats for my YouTube, even someone like myself who doesn't have a big channel, let me check my analytics here. If I go to my audience, yeah, I've got 3.5k unique views, right? So what that means is 3,500 new people, right, are seeing the content, and out of that 32 have subscribed. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense for me to put in that effort and that work to provide a whole course for free, and it's like not even getting engagement, you know? And the thing is as well, you know, I do provide the live streams for free, so it's like you guys can learn from my live streams as well. Junior says your Tokyo range model is mad, made nice profit on EU, bro. Thank you. Well, when did you use this trade, bro? When did you use the Tokyo range model? I've got so many models that I use, right? So for example, yesterday was clean, man. I mean, I say yesterday was clean, but it really wasn't that clean. Where was it? Oh yeah. Yesterday was the Tokyo range model. Yeah. It was. Yeah, very, very clean, man. I'm glad you took that on board, man. And it's simple. Yup. Trust me. Like right now, yeah, guys. To be honest, I'm just taking forever to do it, but I do have an online course where I'm gonna go into depth, into detail, pretty much everything that I use, right? And at the bottom of it, I give you guys my models, right, so that you guys can take the models and work it with yourself. So we've got the Tokyo range model, we've got the continuation model, we've got the liquidity grab model as well, we've got the session model as well. So that's four models, right? And essentially you only need one of them, you know. That's the little tip that I'll tell you. Like, you only need one model, and look for that model every single day. So for example, with you, Junior, if you liked the Tokyo range model, great, that's all you need, realistically. Like, even today, right, the shorts that I was looking for on EU, right, was based off of the Tokyo model, right? But the thing that we didn't have, that we had yesterday, okay, is today we didn't get price. If I wanted to sell, yeah, I wanted to see us punch above Tokyo high, but we didn't get a punch above Tokyo high, right? So I took the chance with selling it anyways, and obviously it didn't play out, right? So that's fine. See, look over here, Monday Tokyo model as well on Monday, sell low. Tuesday, right, Tokyo model as well. What did we do? Took out the low. Do you get it? Like, I wouldn't say this model is something that happens every day, but it's very good, man. It's very, very good. It's a very, very good model, guys. So I would advise you guys use it for a pair like EU or like GU. Sometimes works for gold, sometimes doesn't work for gold. right? The reason why I use it for the majors such as EU and GU is because like they're more directly correlated with the dollar, so it's a lot easier for you to understand what price is doing, right? Even when I look at this right now, yeah, and we look at Tokyo range, you guys hear me talk about Tokyo range every day, right? Every day I'm talking about Tokyo range this, Tokyo range that. This is Tokyo range's low on the DXY. We've just taken that out, right? So low high, low low, boom, pushed above. We're having a little imbalance there. So this does look like it wants to pump up higher, you know? So it's like, can we now potentially take shorts on EU? The overall structure on EU is still bearish, so we can keep shorting this, but I've given EU enough chances today, you know? I've given EU enough chances today. Let's give gold a chance now. Okay, so gold is currently holding that hourly candle. I want to see a little bit more inside of here before we look to execute. Guys, if you're watching the live stream so far and you are enjoying it, don't forget to leave a like on the live stream, guys. Helps with the YouTube algorithms. Let's get some engagement going, as I do provide a lot of value. Okay, that's a nice push. Okay, we're getting a reaction from gold right now. With all this tariff talk here, I think we just got to buy gold, man. To be honest, like, just trying to keep it as simple as possible. With all the tariff talk, we just got to keep it simple. Mark, you there, bro? Tell me what type of confirmations do you use? Yeah, can you tell me that? Like, if you have an example of a model, yeah. Let's just say your confirmations for something that you would use when trading. Can you tell me in your own words, yeah, bro, what that is? Does that make sense, yeah? So it could be like I'm looking for Mark says Tokyo model is waiting on the high or low to be swept. Yeah, Tokyo model is based on that with market structure and having an entry technique. So for myself, I would say I have 1, 2, 3. I'd say I have 4 entry techniques. Realistically, it's 5, but I only use 4. It depends on the setup. I got in on that gold drop to your mark there on the chart. Thanks again. Damn, Junior. You just eating over here, man. And then entering to go in the opposite direction. Basically yes, but there's a little bit more detail to it than that. You can't just enter in the opposite direction if it's not the trend that price is currently in. Alright, so if we like, if let's just say all these models here gave you shorts, yeah, why did the shorts play out? Because the trend was bearish, right? The main reason why I gave the shorts played out is because the trend is just bearish, bro, you know. Look at EU, man. EU is just trying to draw me in for another short. It's trying to draw me in, fellas. I don't know if I should fall for it this time, man. Okay, so what's the key structure here on the M1? Is gonna be that high there. It's also the same high on the 5-minute. So we'll look to see if we can get a push above, get a little pullback, try to enter. I look for price respecting trend lines or support and resistance. Try to move the overall trend. Okay, that's cool. Do you have a like stop loss guide? Like, do you have a specific stop loss for a specific pairs? Like, what pairs do you trade? Do you have a specific pair you trade, or is it like, I don't know, 5 pairs or any pair you think looks good? Cool. Okay, we're getting a nice push up from gold now. Sorry guys, give me a second. I'm just reading some text messages. Alright, that's my 2 p.m. alarm. Okay. Gold's giving us some juice, boys. Gold's giving us some juice. It looks like we'll be able to get a trade today, man. Looks like we'll be able to get a trade today. Are we ready, fellas? Okay. So now the next thing is we are at the mercy of gold giving us a pullback, which it's not always a good thing. Do you know what I mean? All right. Let me read what you're saying there. Best football moment. Leo, what's happening, my bro? How you doing? You good? Money day. Mark says, I've only been looking at gold as was told when I first started to focus on one pair. Usually 40 to 50 pip SL. Okay. I also try to look at candlestick patterns to help with potential reversals. Okay. Let me tell you this, yeah. This even goes against me, Mark, and everyone listening, to be honest. Gold is one of the most highly manipulated pairs you can trade on the market. Okay? So if you have a strategy that involves trend lines, and to be honest, trend lines, yeah, for me, what I don't like about trend lines is the fact that, like, you can mark a trend line anywhere, right? You can mark a trend line anywhere. Like, a trend line can be anywhere. I can mark a trend line from here to here, looking at this channel, from here to here, that channel, right? We've got like a bit of a wedge pattern going on. We've had a breakout, and then it's like, okay, do I wait for price to test here? And then it's like, where's my stop gonna be? right? It's like there's not a set parameter or a set area where I can always put my stop. You know, the stop that you use for support and resistance is fine, but you've got to give it a big enough stop where it's like it doesn't affect you if price wants to be wicky, yeah? And I'll give you an example of myself when I use POIs, yeah? Right? We had this 15-minute candle here. I know I have to, my stop loss has to cover the candle. At the bare minimum, has to cover the candle. And once it covers the candle, if I see market push up out above it, okay, I was wrong, I'm tapped out. Same here, if it pushes above, I'm tapped out. Cool. Right? Same with this gold move here that I marked out for you guys a second ago. Right? Where did I put my stop? Beneath the candle, because I understand if gold, right, if gold is going to react from here, it shouldn't be pushing beneath the candle. If it does push beneath the candle, that just means I'm incorrect, right? Whoops. So there's pros and cons, yeah, bro, to every single strategy that you're gonna use, and sometimes the strategy that you're using does not actually align with yourself. Okay, like look at this entry here during Tokyo session, yeah. I would put my stop to cover the half-hour candle low at the bare minimum, right? If price is gonna react from there, it will without pushing beneath the low. Same thing on the 15-minute here, right? Can you notice, yeah, how this picture here looks very similar to this picture on the half hour? Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyways, this ain't even supposed to be a lesson. Right, but we're getting a really nice push up here from gold. A small part of me wishes I went full margin. But it's cool. We're gonna wait for a little pullback if we can get it. Okay, so right now this half-hour candle is really nice. Leo says I just entered a nice trade on S&P 500 up 150 points. Yeah, S&P's slapping down, but never be happy before STP. Facts, bro. Mark says what makes you identify those candles? Okay, so again, this goes more into lesson, but essentially, right, there's footprints in the market, yeah. We've got to understand liquidity, right, and understand how hedge funds, central banks, how the large market participants play a part in price, right? When these large financial institutes, right, step into the market, you know, they're deciding interest rate decisions, they leave a footprint behind, right? And the origin of this move from here all the way to this high has an origin. Okay, the move from, let's just say, this high up here to this low has an origin, right? Price always has an origin of where it started from, and essentially what we're doing is identifying those footprints. Okay, based off of that information and understanding that, we are using them as an entry. I know it's a very vague explanation, but I'm not really in the teaching mind right now, but I'm trying to see if we can get some moves. So this is the 5-minute candle area, right? So if you guys want to mark this out, the upside potential is very great. All right, like we're talking all-time high territory, right? So right now we need to see a pullback. If we can get it, that would be amazing. So now we need a pullback, fellas. Look at EU, man. EU's just trying to draw me in. Just take a short, take a short. Just take a short. And to be honest, EU probably... See, look, it's working. Just throw me in. I was about to say EU probably is going to be a short. Alright, so we're getting a little bit of a pullback now. I'm gonna enter this position here. I'm gonna set I would like to say I'll set a limit order, but that's a lie. I'll just market execute. So this is the play, yeah, everyone. I don't want anyone complaining at me that I didn't tell you to play. Right? Ideally, you need to give it 50 pips. Okay? Ideally, you need to give it 50 pips. I'm gonna go for 40 pips because I'm greedy. Someone in the chat said, "How greedy?" I think on this account I'll put a buy limit because I can't be bothered to do it manually. Stop. What is it? 3034.4. Let's just cover the low. And TP. Let's say 3050. 3050. Okay. So what's my other problem or issue, if you will? Like, guys, Mark, you got me thinking about and you, Junior, you got me thinking about my other models, man. I've got a lot of models, you know. I barely use most of them. Alright, so there's potential for gold to actually just push up from here, but I'm gonna wait for the lower area. Like, gold can definitely just start pushing from here, for sure. 40 pips, does it cover the candle? Yeah, 40 pips does cover the candle. Let's hope we get a pullback, man. Because right now, it's not looking like we will, man. Just one of the Santies, man. Yeah, let's go in. Okay, that's fine. Let's say, for example, we don't actually get a pullback down lower, yeah? And this continues higher. We can still catch another buy. Okay, we can still catch another buy. Right? So don't stress. Mark says, you were saying gold is the most manipulated. Would you recommend me trying strategies other than on other more stable pairs? Yeah, I mean, like, for me, if you're trading support and resistance, again, I don't trade support and resistance, so I'm probably not the best person to give you advice on that. But if I'm looking at support and resistance and I understand the pros and cons of support and resistance, it's like I wouldn't trade a pair that wicks as much as gold can and does. Do you know what I mean? And with support and resistance, it's like you have to enter a lot because you might get wicked out, but your analysis is still correct. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro? So let's just say I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, when gold was like down here, so that was yesterday, you were looking for a buy, right? And let me set some alerts before I go off on a tangent here. right? You were looking for some buys on gold. I think price was around here, right? And I said I was looking for some shorts, right? I entered my shorts, and you were looking for some buys. And it's like, look at this candle. That candle could have hit your stop, and then your analysis was correct, anyways. So, do you know what I mean? It's like, how can you? Like, it's difficult. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's difficult to have, in my opinion, 40 pips, 50 pip SL is quite small for gold, right? I think it's quite small for gold. Like, 40 pips, 50 pips, you will get stopped out. Do you understand? Guys, if you have any questions, yeah, just put it in the chat box. Just put it in the chat box. And if you're watching the live stream and you haven't liked the live, what are you doing? Like the live, man. Uh, like I would look at a pair like EU. EU's very smooth, and like you said, you started looking at correlations, okay, between pairs. So EU's very closely correlated to the dollar, right? It doesn't always do the exact same thing, but I would say 9 out of 10 times it'll do the exact same thing. Okay. Like there's also other pairs, yeah. Um what is that pair? Is it UCAD? I think it's UCAD. UCAD can be wiki sometimes, but is it UCAD? No, I think I'm thinking about UJ. Yeah. UJ, okay, for the most part, is also a very smooth pair. Okay, you will find success with UJ. UJ, if you're gonna use and work with trend lines here, you need to find yourself pairs that trend a lot. You know what I mean? UJ trends a lot. Even AUDJPY trends a lot as well, and that's not even correlated with the dollar. So potentially that might be easier. Like I remember AJ when it was like down here, I think it was. Yeah, caught a buy there, ran all the way up, had a minor pullback, and then ran up again. Like AJ was just on a madness. Yeah, maybe look at AJ as well. If you want a faster pair, I reckon GBP JPY. But at the end of the day, yeah, bro, the thing is, I see guys using trend lines and they have no issues trading gold. So I don't know. It's difficult to dissect what your individual problem would be without, you know, spending the time with you to talk about it, discuss what your weaknesses and strengths are, and then giving you a potential blueprint that's going to work for you. You know, it's a very like it's something that has to be tailored to yourself. And that's the thing watching all the YouTube videos in the world can never do for you. It's either you work through it yourself and find what works for you, or you sit there with someone and someone's going to work through, kind of like a therapist. Your trading therapist is going to sit there with you and then find out what experience needs to be tailored to you. Damn, man. This is what I'm saying with gold, man. Sometimes it doesn't give you a pullback. Mark says, yeah, that makes sense. When I can afford a mentorship with you, I'll be on it ASAP. No worries, bro. I'm always here. You know, like, for the most part, what you've got to understand is you just got to keep your trading as simple as possible. And where a lot of the mistakes usually happen is when we don't keep it as simple as possible, right? We overcomplicate it. Or sometimes if it's not the strategy that we're overcomplicating, it will be our psychology. We're just thinking about the trade too much, thinking about where to enter, thinking if it's not entry, it's where to exit. If it's not taking TP, It's where to take partials. Like, trust me, there's always one thing to another. So everyone is going to be different. Like that's that's the only thing. Everyone is going to be different each and every single time. And it's like you need to have a tailored experience where it can help you with that, or you work through it yourself, which is still fine as possible. You know, it might take you a couple of years, right? But you will still work through it. Okay, so DXY is not really. I really don't like the DXY today, man. Let me see what the news release was. And the reason why I didn't come on at New York Open is because I knew PA was just gonna be trash. Like, I mean, gold had a little decent drop here, but would I have taken this short? Probably not. Especially after this pump, I know myself, I wouldn't have taken this short. Um, so initial jobless claims better than expected, GDP better than expected. Okay, that's interesting. Gold should have been pumping then, right? Gold should have been pumping. Okay, look, let me talk about the Tokyo model. Yeah, there's a little Tokyo model going on right now. We've just taken like this is why I would want to sell EU, right? Because EU's done the exact same thing, right? We've taken out the low there, Tokyo's low. We have low, lower high. Sorry, we have low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, entry, entry one. What else do we have inside of here? We got imbalance. So that's entry one. Continuation. Here. Right. Overall target is all the way up here, so R&R for this trade is quite good. So let's see if this actually plays out for the rest of today. Yeah. But realistically, this is done. It's done the thing. So ideally, we need to see this kind of just rally. If we look at EU, high, higher low. See, EU is currently has a divergence from the DXY because you see the this high here, DXY actually made a low, right? But on EU, it didn't make a high. So if you were only looking at EU, you probably wouldn't take the short. Let me see if GU's done anything. Yeah, GU has as well, looks like. Look, so GU took out last night's Tokyo, also took out Wednesday's Tokyo high. Look at those equal highs, really smooth. Right, from there, if I had to look at this from a structural perspective, that's the low there. Right, high low, high high, push beneath that. So maybe maybe for GU there's a little potential to get in on an entry like here. So if you get a little pullback, I mean there's already been a test with this candle here. Right, cover the candles high. Right, obviously we got this low here, we got this low here, but then the overall Tokyo low is down there. So 1 to 4R. If we look at the structure on the higher time frame, I mean it's bearish, right? It is bearish because lower high, low low. Right, we've pulled up. The only thing that I don't like, daily's also bearish to be fair. Yeah, this is not bad. It's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. It's not bad. So ideally, most of the majors should be dropping, right? EU should be dropping lower. DXY should be pushing up higher. Oof, fellas, we might not even get a pullback on this John, you know? You might not get a pullback on this John. It's fine. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, here's what I'm looking at. We got these equal highs here. Yeah, I want this high to remain intact. Please remain intact. All right. If these highs can remain intact and we get a pullback to this 5-minute candle, we can execute. Yeah. 40 pips. Yeah, 40 pips just about covers the candle's low. So we're gonna work with that. Yeah, but we need to see a pullback for sure. I want these highs to remain intact for now. It's interesting because obviously the dollar is strong. Well, I wouldn't say strong, but the dollar has been pushing up, and what's been pushing up with it? Gold. So this tariff talk just needs to just chill out, man. It's just killing the gains, mate. It's killing the games.
Remote monitoring and management, remote access, help desk and ticketing, smart automations, patching, software deployment, scripting. And the amazing thing is that it does all this while still being easy to use. It's magical. Just this clean, intuitive UI where everything is where it's supposed to be and does what it's meant to do.
That is a crazy turnaround. What I don't like here about this current hour, yeah, if we look at it, maybe look at it on this one. When the most current hour opened up, there's 0 wick on the bottom. Right? I don't like seeing candles that don't have a wick on the bottom or at the top. Because what happens is those candles usually, okay, again, it's not all the time, usually they get violated. Right? So right now there's no wick at the bottom of that hourly candle. Two-hour play as well. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. I just want us to get a pullback, man. So the thing with this pullback that we're trying to partake in, yeah, the issue with that is we might hit stop because look, we've got this 15-minute imbalance here. Let me use this chart. If you guys want to be safer, we got this 15-minute imbalance, yeah, and realistically SL should at least cover this candle's low, right? But from where we're entering, we don't cover the low. But look, in any scenario, we're just gonna play it anyways. Yeah, we're gonna play it. I'm playing it, so you guys are welcome to play it if you'd like. I need to record one of these live streams as well, you know. I think I can record and stream at the same time, right? Or maybe I'll use Canva for that. Do a screen recording. Hold on, guys. I'm coming back. Okay. This was, boys, what a push. 140 pip. And here I was worried about a 65 pip SL when market just done that. Are we really going to engulf the previous hour's candle? We just want to pull back, man. We're very close to those equal highs as well. Just looking for a little pullback. Right, what we can get is something like this. And then push up, continue. This price action here on Wednesday was so bad. Terrible. Terrible price action. I think I was stuck in a short for like 4 hours. Like, just didn't know whether it was gonna hit SL or TP. I was just stuck in it. Okay. What are you guys looking at? Any pairs? Have we got the fella that loves looking at GJ in here? I'm leaving EU alone for now because I know EU is gonna be on some BS today.
Contains forever chemicals. This is the first innovation of its kind. This pan combines the searing power of stainless steel with non-stick. It's 300% stronger than stainless steel. The technology is revolutionary. It's the first non-stick with zero coating. Unlike other pans made with forever chemicals, this pan will never peel off, never wear off, and never leach, because it has no toxins. And you need a pan that's non-stick and can handle high heat. This pan is perfect for that.
This ad is getting me on YouTube, you know.
And you can hear the pan sizzling, which is really important. It's got a lovely surface area, nice deep edges. It's oven safe, metal utensil safe, and also dishwasher safe. So you can scrape it, you can slam it, you can scrub it, and you can set it on fire. And it will still work just as good as the day you bought it. So you can see there's no residue left in that pan at all, which means all of the flavour is in the stir fry. Making a stir fry could not be easier with this pan. The Always Pan Pro holds up better than anything I've ever used in my kitchen. You will never look back to your old, outdated cookware ever again.
I'm gonna have to buy that, fellas. Yeah, gold's not trying to pull back, man. It's not playing around. Gold, man. Wow, US30's done a quick turnaround. Everything has, okay. Ah, EU's just trying to draw me in, man. I just want to sit on my hands. But EU is trying to draw me in. I'll be home best friend. Yeah, gold's relentless. Absolutely relentless. Oh, mate, this will actually be a real shame, man. This would be a real shame if we're not able to get into this buy and we forecasted it perfectly. On one of the accounts here, I put in a 0.10 on the buy from the zone down here, and that's actually played out. And the setup that we actually want, we're not getting. It's crazy. Wait, did I take an entry here? No, it was a limit order. Okay. That's annoying, man. If we had that entry, we would have almost hit TP by now. Yeah, I entered here as well. I mean, look, I still have faith. You know, the overall high is still intact, right? So even if we're not getting a pullback now, maybe we will get a pullback soon, and eventually we can look for a pullback for an entry. So I'm just gonna remain patient. The new half-hour candle did just open as well. Let's look at this chart instead. New half-hour, new 15-minute candle did just open as well. So we'll just have to wait for it. So maybe we get a pullback in this most recent half-hour candle. This hourly candle just looks scary, man, honestly. Junior says, I'm in EU for short, small lot. I'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think it's got a good chance now, man. But at the same time, when I look at the dollar, right? I look at the dollar and I ask myself, here's the thing, right? When you've got a model or you've got an analysis, yeah, stop thinking about it so much. And for me, I'm thinking about it. So well done to you for just executing, bro. Do you know what I mean? If it hits stops, it hits stop, then you were just wrong. That's it. You know, you rather, for me, anyways, I would rather know that my setup was wrong. I followed my rules. I executed on the trade and it hit stop. Than seeing a setup, follow my rules, and then not take the trade and it hits TP. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that infuriates me because it's like, bro, that messes with my psychology because it makes me ask myself, bro, are you a trader or not? Like, do you get it? You live in the world of risk. Yeah, you have to be comfortable with risk. So it's like, why are you letting the trade go? If you've been watching it, it's different if you haven't been watching it, right? So for example, gold, when it shot up this morning, like I wasn't watching it, so I missed it. That's completely different to you seeing a setup play out live and you're twiddling your thumbs rather than pressing buy or sell, you just let it go. I don't know, for me it makes me feel pathetic. Vel called it too, I'm gonna use him as additional confirmation, lol. Well, when did he call a sell today? Just now? Oh yeah, I see it here. I mean, I don't see no TPs on EU though. Yeah, I don't see no TPs for EU. Or am I bugging out? Oof. Hey, Leo, I hope you're managing that position, you know, because S&P is back up, Leo. Damn. That drawn is straight back up there, boy. Bitcoin must be back up as well. Yes, at 86. Okay, so DXY is pulling back up now. Gold's gone. It's official. Gold's out of here, man. That's annoying. That's annoying, and I don't want to keep buying this the higher it gets, but doesn't look like we've got much of a choice. That's insane. This thing's actually gonna hit TP, guys. It's literally at TP right now, 150 pips. You've got to be kidding me, man. It's hit TP and it's bussing. That's insane. Okay, so realistically, right, when I look at this, it's not like we made a mistake per se, right? Let me just close these trades. What we had is we had an entry from here. Okay, remember when I told you guys we'll probably get an entry from here higher, and honestly that's just what played out on it. We were looking for an entry low, we didn't get it. We tried to get another pullback inside of here, we didn't get that either, and now there's one more opportunity for a pullback here. I don't like taking the move from this high up, but it's still valid. Damn, gold, man. That hourly candle really engulfed. Trump is just ruining it, man. All right. The gift says gold and Bitcoin core, blimey. Trust me, bro. The turnarounds, insane. Okay, so right now we're in low probability territories for the buy. But again, it's still valid to go for the buy. The only problem is because we've just punched above all-time highs. I think we have, right? Let me see. The high here is what? The high is 30.57. Yeah, 30.57.96. We've just about punched above all-time highs, new all-time highs for gold. there isn't a target to exit from, right? Except for most recent all-time highs, and to be honest, just trying to hold this for as long as possible. That gives us a 60 pip range to work with. It's not the best, to be honest. It's not the best at all.
Forgive me, motion, for I have sinned. I've scheduled 8
Give me a
scheduled
second.
meetings today.
Like if I had to choose where I want to re-enter, it would be down here. Like obviously if we come down to the original entry down here, that's fine too, but that's a bit unrealistic. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, sometimes gold just won't give you a chance. That's all it is, man.
Twist my fingers up on a bang on him. Lele oh, yeah. Tobalo ako macho, yeah. Tobalo mako macho, yeah. Nobody know tomorrow. Choro ka choro. And if a boy feel macho, make him lick red like a tomato. If him not dead, then he come out us. No go fambo. As that day comes, as I go, God watch over me, oh Lord. I cannot trust my neighbors. As that day comes.
Wow, Bitcoin is tearing it up. Bitcoin is tearing it up, boy. Oh, we're actually so unlucky sometimes with gold, man. You know, again, the analysis is always on point. It's just the entries don't always come. The entries just don't always come for us, man. It's really annoying. GDX. Okay, GDX has officially reached terminus. So I had this alert here on GDX. It's not all-time highs, but this is the high point where I was targeting. Hold on, this high here. Okay, so for me, I understand that. Look, when I see the GDX reach this high, I think we're gonna top. Right, we're gonna reach the top of gold, in my opinion. Right. So now that the GDX has reached here, we might continue pushing up for a little bit more. But now that we're here, I think gold may have topped out. Do you know what I mean? I think gold may have topped out. So let's see if I'm right, yeah. So you guys can keep tabs on what I'm saying right now. Right, we'll probably keep pushing up for a little bit, but I think then we're gonna start getting a much deeper pullback on gold. This is probably a next week thing, probably not a this week thing, but let me see what GDX has been doing this session. So it opened up, dropped off, and then just started pumping. Yeah, just started pumping. So if I look at this, that was there. Started pushing up. Had another push up. Got a drop here. Very low volume inside of here, and then one more push. Yeah, fellas. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna leave you guys with, because to be honest, there's nothing else for us to look at. Ideally, I want to see gold back down to 30.46.5 for a re-entry to go long, 40 pip stop. We can get an entry at 30.51.9, same 40 pip stop to go long as well. It's the higher you go, the less probable it is. Okay, I prefer back down here, right? And to be honest, we're just gonna have to go for all-time highs. Just keep pushing again. There's not much for us to work with, unfortunately. Goals just pretty much just moved. Um, we didn't use an impulse entry, so it's fine. I did enter from the hourly candle earlier. That yielded some results, but to be honest, the lot size wasn't big enough where it's like, you know, it was making real sense. I think it was only like $180 or something. Let me see, how much was it? Yeah, $178. Yeah, it wasn't even anything crazy. So what I'm gonna do, even see, look, DXY is now pushing down as well. Yeah, gold's gonna keep going, man. If the DXY starts dropping now, gold's just gonna keep ripping it, man. Damn, man. Gold really didn't give you a chance, you know. This candle is insane.
The end goal for me is to become a full-time personal trainer and online coach for bodybuilding.
Wow.
During the 92% of Origin
So look, guys,
graduates, their career goals is
I'm gonna leave you with that. I don't see any point in just watching this when we've already left our setups. I have nothing for EU, to be honest with you. I have nothing for gold. I have nothing for Bitcoin as well. Yeah, just a nice little quick, short, sharp, and sweet live stream today. So yeah, I taught you guys a few things, even though we didn't catch any moves today. Yeah, money day. I will see you guys next time. Peace. Or actually, I'll see you in the Discord. Yeah.